Alright, there we go. Hey.
We running?
Yeah, I don't know how to do intros.
Hello, and welcome back to this thing that we are now a part of.
Last week's footage can't get edited because my external hard drive got corrupted. Or not got corrupted, stopped working.
Well, that sucks.
There was a 3 terabyte external hard drive. It cost me $80.
Wait, weren't you getting it repaired though? Did they ever email you back?
Finally, yeah.
How's that going?
I just need to figure out when I'd be able to drop it off. Because they close at like 7.
Huh.
Yep.
That does suck.
Feels great.
Okay.
Feels great. I think I have it on the wrong thing. Oh,
Today,
no, that's good.
Today, we're going to talk about our favorite artifacts.
Are we?
Well, that's what I've decided because no topic was introduced.
I didn't have a topic.
Exactly. That's why I have to come up with one. This is my job now. Okay. Artifacts or legendary weapon, and
no,
we'll
artifacts.
talk about. Oh, just artifacts.
Just artifacts.
And we're gonna talk about why we like them, whether that be story reasons or whether that be actual effect. Okay. Do we want to look at what some of those are?
I do. I really like that Valen sword we made.
Oh yeah.
I just think it's really dope.
Those of you listening, you have no idea what we're talking about, but
I think I've decided. Here's what I've decided. Whenever we do a podcast segment like this, and whenever we do the random magic items, we're gonna stat them,
and then put an image up.
No, we're gonna stat them, and then patrons will get access to it.
You can. I inserted the other image because it was closer. No.
It once I make my Patreon.
Yes.
And they'll be able to see the talkback show. Does that sound good enough?
Yeah, I like that. Some of you may think we're being silent.
No, kind of.
We are looking at stuff.
I like the Book of Vile Darkness because it's lore, but also it doesn't really do much.
Yeah.
Which I've always had a big problem with. Like, a lot of it is just, oh, your DM can figure something out.
Yeah, which a lot of the times will get you where you're going, but not like in a... Oh my god, I forgot about all the ones from Theros.
Yeah, which you don't have on here. And I don't own a copy.
I own a copy. I just don't have it with me. Acts of Dwarvish Lords.
Yeah, it's in the DMG.
That's
the one you have to throw in a forge to destroy for 50 years.
Is that the one? That is...
You throw it in a forge for 50 years and it gets destroyed.
It just straight up gives you immunity to poison. But at this point, what class in the game doesn't already do that?
1T.
No, that's a race that does do that.
I know. But just base 1T does that.
Yeah. Oh my god, it increases your range to basically you have superior dark vision. What?
I like the Stone of Galore because it looks goofy. It's like a rock that has 3 eyeballs.
You know what, that's fair.
I don't know what it does, though.
What is the... I swear, I've never heard of some of these.
Really? Oh, that's Natasha's.
Is that where that's from?
Yep. I like the Mask of the Dragon Queen. I love the flavor of it, and I love what it does when it's combined. So the way you get the Mask of the Dragon Queen is there is a mask of each dragon type that's Tiamat's colors, and then you can combine them into the Mask of the Dragon Queen. Yeah, it's really cool. If you give me a moment to go get the book, I can tell you what it actually does. Speak! I don't like that air.
Okay, guys.
Art pretty.
Austin is a really dope dude, okay?
He's so hot.
ASMR.
What?
Nothing at all. Dude, okay, so I actually have Horde. I don't have Rise.
I got Rise.
Question mark? Cody?
Oh, I quite like that, actually.
Mask of the Dragon Queen. Its rarity is unique. Its rarity is unique. I guess that's what Artifact was before it had a name. I've never seen that before. That's really funny.
Old modules, man.
Also has ads in the back.
No way it doesn't.
Yeah, no. Horde of the Dragon Queen and Rise of Tiamat, the original versions have ads.
Oh my god, that's
Wait,
crazy.
really?
Actually,
There's
be-
ads in it?
Yep. It's because I think it's because they were made in partnership with Kobold Press, so they have ads for Kobold Press.
I kind of love
Yeah, I
that.
like that.
It's
oh.
kind of cute. You know, you feel
It's better
me?
than what they're doing now for money.
Yeah.
True.
All right. Individually, the 5 dragon masks resemble the dragon they are named for. When 2 or more of the dragon masks are assembled, however, they transform magically into the mask of the Dragon Queen. Each mask shrinks to become the modeled head of a chromatic dragon, appearing to roar its devotion to Tiamat, where all the masks are brought together are arranged crown-like on the wearer's head. Below the 5 masks, a new mask shapes itself, granting the wearer a draconic visage that covers the face, neck, and shoulders. I really like this because it's 5 magic items that each do really cool things, and then you get to combine them together to make an even cooler magic item.
Oh, like kind of how the like eye and hand effect may like work and like become a thing when they're together.
Also, it's just crazy powerful because
it's an artifact.
Yeah, so like I think you have immunity to cold, fire, poison, and lightning damage, and probably acid. While attuned to this too and wearing this mask, you can have any of the properties of any one mask. Additionally, you gain the damage absorption from each of the 5 dragon masks, and you gain 5 uses of the legendary. You gain 5 uses of legendary resistance.
Really?
Which is crazy.
Whoa! You get 5 uses?
That's what gods get.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
That's actually insane.
And then if in the so this is in Rise of Tiamat is where that stat block is from. But if I go to Hoard of the Dragon Queen, one of the crowns is listed, so we can use that to determine everything else it does. Black Dragon Mask. You've resistance to with the crown of the Dragon Queen. You have resistance to acid, poison, lightning, fire, and cold damage, and if you already have resistance, then you get immunity to those.
Oh my god, no way.
If you already have immunity to that type of damage, you gain hit points equal to half of any damage you take. So if you say you already have a magic item that gives you immunity to fire damage, or to all 5 of those actually, and then you have the Dragon Queen's helmet on, and then you take any of those 5 damages, you gain half that health.
Dude, that's actually like
which is awesome. While you're wearing no armor, you can add your charisma modifier to your armor class.
Oh. Wait, charisma to your armor class? Why?
Sorcerer? I don't know.
Yeah.
If you have a breath
Charisma?
If you have a breath weapon that requires rest or recharge, it gains a recharge of 6 instead. So wow. So if you're a dragonborn, yeah, at the beginning of each of your turns you roll a d6, and if you get a 6, you get your breath weapon back. You gain dark vision for 60 feet, or an additional 60 feet if you already have some. Once per day, you gain blind sight for 30 feet for 5 minutes. You understand Draconic, and you can speak it. You have advantage on charisma checks against the 5 types of Tiamat dragon. And you get, like, water breathing and stuff.
I'm gonna breathe your mom.
So with all of that combined, with all of the masks combined, I think that's a really cool item.
I think it is too. I think it's kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh yeah, the teeth is also from Tasha's. I think those are interesting.
I quite like these. Are they okay? I'm kind of trying to figure out how they work. So can you like bury them and then they summon?
Yeah. You can also replace teeth with them.
Yeah, and then. Okay. Interesting.
Alright.
Goodbye, Drew.
See you, Drew.
See you, Drew.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
You didn't really hear Drew today, but he was indeed here.
He was indeed here.
Yes, I'm here, sadly.
It's a secret. He was here the whole time.
Dun, 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 dun. So yeah, the teeth are cool. Honestly, for an artifact, especially a summoning one, like this one that's like expendable.
The teeth?
Yeah, I really wish that it was like they lasted like forever,
I guess
basically. Like perpetually, like or until you die. Because
they're artifacts.
Yeah, because it's an artifact and like 10 minutes is like what,
Someone just
60
yelled at him.
rounds?
Yes. It's 100 rounds.
Is it 100? No, it's 10 minutes.
Because 1 minute is 10 rounds.
You're right. You're right. You're very correct. So yeah, it's like a lot of rounds, but outside of combat, that isn't very long. And, you know, like implanting the tooth just always kind of seems like a better idea, right?
Yeah, instead of replacing it. Yeah. I really like the Demonomicon of Igwilv. I think people sleep on that. Because it gives vibes similar to the Book of Vile Darkness, but it's better.
Which one?
The Demonomicon of Tasha's Demonomicon.
Oh, okay.
Because that's her name is Igwilv. I think people sleep on it. I think it's really cool. I think that if your DM doesn't plan on doing anything with the Abyss, then it's pretty useless, actually, but...
Hey, do you have Avernus?
Avernus? No. Isaac does.
Of course he does. He's running it.
Yeah, he's running. I promised him,
cool.
promised him I wouldn't read through it.
Really?
That actually, that makes sense. Good on you. I am going to be stereotypical and say I like the Sword of Cass because I'm an edgelord. So, you know, it's obligatory. Also, I love swords. It's also what I find interesting about it is that normally you would think like a sword like this would probably be like a great sword, you know, just kind of feels right, but it's a long sword.
I like that it's a long sword.
I do too, because I can dual wield with it. After taking the dual wielder feat.
I like that it's a long sword because it limits it a little bit. It's not a great sword. It does less damage.
Austin, it's the Sword of Cass.
I know.
I don't think you realize that you just don't need it to be.
I know.
Guys, I'm listening, I swear. I'm just addicted.
I really like the Hand and Eye of Vecna because I have an obsession with Vecna. Also, they do so much more than the freaking Book of Vile Darkness, and it's really cool.
Yeah. Well, the sword is on your person. You can add one.
What the fuck is that?
You can add a D10 to your initiative at the start of every combat.
Seriously?
When you use an action to attack with the sword, you can transfer some or all of its attack bonus to your armor class instead. The adjusted bonuses remain in effect until the start of your next turn. That's just a defender greatsword. That's the same effect.
It is.
But it's really good. Not to mention you get spells. What?
Yeah, I really like Sword of Cass.
It's, oh my god, deals an extra 2d10 slashing to undead. Critical hit on a 19 or 20. Okay, I like its debuff.
What's its debuff? Oh, right, you take damage if you don't kill stuff with it.
Yeah, I really like the way it works, because it's like, if you don't do the thing that the sword wants you to do, you actually have to face a punishment, rather than like other sentient weapons where it's just like the sword disagrees with you. Nothing else happens.
Yeah. I reflavored it into a battle axe for my Friday campaign, and then I gave it to my character.
Also, where's your pluggy in thingy?
Right there.
Wait, don't you usually have the thing up?
It's in my room,
Oh.
because that's the heating pad.
The fact Cody didn't have to get up.
If I were in his spot, I wouldn't have to either.
Shut up.
Yes. Austin's right, though. He
Oh,
wouldn't have had
also,
to.
the campaign we started recording is going to go up tomorrow at 4 p.m.
Oh, had it not already dropped?
No. I set it to... I uploaded to YouTube and set it to drop 4.
See, sometimes we get cool ones, and sometimes we get this.
Kaylin is doing AI art right now.
Of, like, our D&D characters.
And some of them are struggling.
Very.
Yeah. Okay, so... Let's do like a hypothetical situation. Pick your favorite artifact out of the ones you got. And we're going to have a little debate, okay?
I choose one?
Yeah, you got to pick one. Then I'll pick one, and we'll debate which one is better. Or at least we'll talk through it.
Man, I really like the Crown of the Dragon Queen, but I am going to have to go with the Hand and Eye.
Really?
Yep.
You're going to go with the Hand and Eye?
I'm going to go with the Hand and Eye.
Real quick, honorable mention on my side.
Honorable mention is the Helm of the Dragon Queen for me. I really like that magic. It was so cool.
Honorable mention. Can you go back really quick? I saw one that I thought was interesting. I mean, I'm not able to like look at all of them right now, so you know.
No, those are all of them. Do you mean
That's
like what
it
they
is.
do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honorable mention, Wand of Orcus, because I have fond memories of that in a campaign.
Second honorable mention for me is the Worm Skull Throne. I have no fucking clue what it does, but the fact that it's a throne and it sounds cool. I might buy Storm King. I mean, I have to because we're doing that new series. But I'm excited to see what that throne does. I think that'll be cool.
Yeah. I think I have to go with the teeth though. Like I just kind of saw what they did again, and I like
the teeth are really cool.
Yeah, and it's like based in like actual mythology, and I just think it's really interesting.
I think a big part of why I like the Hand and Eye of Vecna is because I have a really cool Vecna campaign that I would love to do sometime.
I'm sorry.
That's level 1 through 20 twice.
Twice? What do you mean? You get reset during the middle of it? This dude is a psychopath.
I am a psychopath. There would be like a 5-year campaign, but it would be so fun.
Okay, why do you like the Hand and Eye of Vecna? And I'll tell you why you're wrong.
Well, I liked Vecna before it was...
Yeah, I liked Vecna before it was cool. Guys.
I liked Vecna before he was in Stranger Things, so that's a big part of it. I think Vecna is really cool as a villain and stuff, in the fact that... something I really like about the Hand and Eye of Vecna, especially as the DM, as the forever DM, is if one of my players wants it, they have to make, I think it's like a con save or something, or maybe there's an older version, but I remember hearing about it. They have to make like a con or charisma save or something, or Vecna takes over their body.
Oh god.
Which I think is really cool. Also, not only that, but even if you fail, Vecna tries to guide you to be evil and stuff, and like bring him back.
Yeah, I think Vecna is like kind of a perfect example of the stereotypical evil guy.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's great for D&D because like
they can use them for anything.
Yeah, and you don't necessarily want a compelling villain. I've heard people talk about it before. I think XP to level 3 did.
Yeah,
because I know you reference him a lot.
I do. XP to level 3 talked about the Runesmith's villains specifically. It was his big example.
I think they're both good approaches. I think one is better from a narrative standpoint, and the other is better from a gameplay standpoint. Like, you don't want your... This is a huge tangent, by the way, but whatever. There's a huge difference between the story you tell in D&D and the actual experience you have.
Yeah.
So, like... If you wanted to tell like a really compelling story and all of your players are like really narratively focused, and that all they want to do is create like an interesting story, as opposed to like just go fight a monster, like kind of like a game, which I know I'm more towards like that. I just kind of want to fight things a lot of the time, but I think a narratively focused villain like that has compelling backstory is really interesting from that point of view. But I think you got to be careful with it. Like, you got to make them bad enough to where they won't sympathize and just
I think it has to be it's very, like, you have to be careful with it. For example, I really like villains to have reasons, like, good reasons, or I can just do complete... Either they have to have, like, good reasons to do something, or I just throw, what's his name? The Demon Lord.
Which one?
The wolf guy.
Oh.
Inagu. I just like, oh yeah, Inagu just appears. He's the villain because like he is just chaos incarnate.
Yeah.
I think you should probably do one end or the other, or not like, because I have fun with that. It's even like Tiamat. The reason you don't want Tiamat to be brought out of the Nine Hells is because she will just destroy everything just because she can. That is her whole thing.
Accurate. I think it's really a compelling idea to do a metallic dragon as a bad guy.
Yeah.
Because they don't think they're doing bad. Like, for example, if you made your big bad like a charmed metallic dragon who like is perceiving the things they do as like good actions, then it doesn't go against like the lore for metallic dragon. And it confuses the hell out of your players if they're like really hardcore into it, which is very funny.
Did you get that idea just because you like it, or did you see that I made a metallic dragon evil? And we're like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I actually just hardcore copied him. I'm not gonna lie.
This is the prompt I put in, Fireball Magic D&D City, and it has like little logo things.
Huh.
Looks like the cover over it.
Yeah, so I had this one adventure where he was good. He was doing good. He was also murdering people.
I like it. I liked it when you did it. It confused me at the time, but the more I think about it, the more I like it.
So there was a black dragon who
That's racist.
massacred thousands. He was not a good person. But ever since the
Oh, so he's a bad person because he's black?
yes, ever since the 100-Year War ended, he was like, well, damn, Tiamat didn't get brought back. I didn't really care about this. It was just kind of like war vigor, and nothing happened other than destruction. This was kind of pointless. And so he was like, am I a bad person? And he like thought deep and hard about that, and he's been trying to turn a new leaf ever since. And so he was a really bad person in his past, but he's trying to be a good now. And there was another dragon. I think it was either brass or bronze. I never remember the difference between the two. And this guy was like, he was a hero during the 100-Year War, and he even helped this one town in the middle of an inhospitable desert. Completely inhospitable. It was the only town that exists there. Everything else is barren and dead. And without him, and this happened, the town would go into basically a depression, but not like economic depression. They would go into a survival depression, and eventually they would come back. But if he died and stopped granting them resources, they would suffer. The only issue with this is that if they continued to accept his support, they would essentially, they had a lottery system to where they would send one person to be his sacrifice because he was so insane and corrupted by magic item sword, but that he,
is that what happened?
It was a mix of that and insanity.
Interesting.
He thought, because this type of dragon, interesting lore fact about them is that they have their hordes set up as a museum, and they love to give tours, and if you fall asleep during it, you have to go back to the beginning, which I thought was really funny.
Wait, didn't we go on one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's where we got beans and eggs, and that's where you two died, and then I got a +1 to my lowest stat.
And then, so his thoughts were, oh, these people love my... He was so insane, and then he was like, oh, these people love my museum, they don't want to leave. And so he didn't see them as sacrifices, he saw them as, they just really want to stay here and hear my tales, even though he was actively ripping their legs off so they couldn't escape.
That's true. It was a weird encounter.
So the party basically had to choose between this guy who used to be really evil and might do that again, but is trying to be better, or this guy who has helped a lot but is still hurting. And they chose the black dragon. They chose to help the black dragon, and the other guy died.
Yeah, because judging something by the color of its scales is kind of fucked.
The other one was brass. It was like a bodybuilder brass. Or that's bronzer. Bronze.
Yeah.
I like morally gray stuff. It's cool.
It is cool. It's also devastating for your players.
Yeah.
Like in a good way. Makes them think.
I think you should definitely balance bad reasoning and good reasoning into your campaign. So, for instance, I had that really morally gray thing, but then I also had some goblins that just robbed them and then they murdered them later out of pettiness.
Yeah. That goblin made me angry.
And then he got turned into a nilbog at some point in his adventure.
I had a magic sword, bro, and I critted on him. Wait, we need to get back to favorite artifacts.
No, this isn't. I do want to finish this thought up though, because like I think it's important to balance the good and the bad reasoning, because like for instance, the big bad of this campaign, which.
Who is it, Austin?
If I'm surprising you by saying this right now, you need to learn to put 2 and 2 together.
I don't know who Big Bad is.
It's the giant monster, the bone
The
claw
bone
that's been
Oh,
following
no,
us.
I know you're talking about that. I don't know why
Not
my
the other
brain
campaign.
my brain went to the newer campaign. I'm
Yeah.
like, am I dumb?
Yeah, so he was part of an adventuring party, and then his wife died, and he was so devastated by it. He was like, "I'll just get the powers of a lich to bring her back," and he failed at doing so, and now he's
Poor guy.
trying to kill the world to bring his wife back. So I think that's like, I think I like that mix of he has a reason, his wife, but it does not warrant the amount of destruction that he causes, and therefore your party doesn't feel. They feel sympathy for him, but they don't feel bad about killing him. They're not like,
That
"Oh, are we the
Yeah.
bad
makes our
guy?"
lamp aesthetic.
Yeah, our current emotions towards him are like kind of like he appears every once in a while, and when he does appear, it's very not good for us.
He also like kills every town they go to.
Yeah, I have no sympathy for the town.
My world.
It's not like I personally don't like it. My character's got bigger fish to fry right now.
Yeah.
He's been living a very long time. Sorry, Kaylin just showed me a robot.
Did you say hot damn?
Did I say hot damn?
I think you did.
We're making
Well, hot damn.
attractive robots.
What's happening?
Attractive robots.
Just stuff, honestly. Yeah, we're afraid of him. But honestly, what happens with D&D players, especially in 5e, is 5e specifically has like a large degree of power creep, right?
Oh yeah, definitely not first D.
Yeah. So like 5e specifically, when you present the players with a challenge that they will be able to accomplish with violence, that is usually their first reaction because a lot of the classes are so geared towards it.
Yeah.
Um,
They're getting rid of a lot of that in 1 D&D. Power creep.
I kind of hate that they're doing that though, because I got used to this, and this is kind of what I enjoy. Like you can always buff the monsters, but debuffing
They're
the
buffing
players,
the monsters. They're doing both.
Wait.
They're buffing the monsters past 10th level because past 10th level the monsters don't hit enough.
Well, that makes sense, but I don't think you should debuff and then buff the monsters. I think it should.
Yeah, I think it's specifically past
arms.
10 CR. Or past 10th level. Yeah, 10. Yeah, we CR 10.
Yeah, that makes sense to me though,
Yeah.
because as someone who has played a high-level character,
I have a problem with thinking that I can manage high level players, and I do it every time. It's fine. I'm fine.
it's okay. If you want to kill us, just like launch 30 kobolds at us.
That's true. Action economy alone would.
Yeah, just give them literally all bows.
No. There's 50 kobolds. They all have multi attack. Half of them are archers. Half of them are melee.
Oh my god, we would die.
Yeah, exactly.
Action economy be so fucked up, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, teeth are better than hand and eye.
Why?
Okay.
I forgot we were talking about this.
Yeah, we got super sidetracked. You might have to edit that.
No, that's fine.
Oh, okay. Okay, so
This will be since I was gonna name the last one the ADHD episode, but it's gone now, so I'll name this one that.
I mean, feels right.
Yeah.
Okay, so like the teeth have like a bunch of different versatile effects that like can have, like you never know what's gonna happen. No clue.
Do you get beneficial and detrimental properties from them?
Do you?
I don't think.
I don't think you do.
Because you don't attune to them.
That's true. Okay, I still think they're more interesting. Oh my god. One of them summons a Tarrasque.
Oh yeah, it's fun.
Dusty Human Muller. It just summons a priest.
I think that the Hand and Eye of Vecna have better flavor. Granted, I don't know the flavor of the teeth, but because I know the lore of it. That Hand and Eye of Vecna. I know the story of Vecna and how Cass gouged out his eyeball and cut off his hand and murdered him. For a good reason. For a very good reason.
Okay, hear me out. You know how you like items that have like random effect, and single use is more balanced.
Yeah.
This is an artifact you could actually give to players.
But losing an artifact feels bad.
Okay, but putting the teeth in feels really good. Do you want me to read you the effect of one of them?
Sure.
Okay. The literal first one on the list. The tooth has 8 charges. As an action, you can expend 1 charge to cast the Revivify spell from the tooth. If you are dead at the start of your not tune, the tooth expends 1 charge to cast Revivify on you. You cannot die for 8 times.
I disagree. That's on your turn, right?
Unless you insta-kill.
I was going to say, that's on your turn. You could deal enough damage to insta-kill, or there could be a spellcaster before you that has magic missile.
Oh, God. Okay, they actually need to change how that works.
It's so funny, though.
It is funny. Like,
first level spell, dead.
The second one can cast Sanctuary. Like, it's actually just very good.
Do you know what you can cast from the Hand and Eye?
What?
The spell saves DC is 18, by the way. Clairvoyance, Crown of Madness, Disintegrate, Dominate Monster, and Eye Bite.
Dominate monster.
There's also Finger of Death, Sleep, Slow, Teleport, and Suggestion.
Okay, yours is more powerful, I think, but mine is cool. Well, actually, not if I put all of the teeth in.
Yeah, well, not if you put all of the teeth in, obviously.
Wait, what does this do?
There's like 20 teeth, isn't it?
As an action, you can call on a divine force to come to your aid. Describe the assistance you seek, and the DM decides the nature of the intervention. The effect
That's
of any
just a cleric spell ability.
Any cleric spell would be appropriate. Once this property is used, it can't be used again for 7 days.
That's no. That's copy and pasted from the cleric class.
Okay. You deal double damage to objects and structures. If you take 20 or more damage in one turn, you must succeed on a DC 18 Wisdom save or throw or spend your next turn in a murderous fury. During this rage, you must use your action to make an unarmed strike against a creature that damaged you, or a random creature you can see if you weren't damaged by a creature, moving as close as you can to the target if necessary.
Another thing about the Hand and Eye of Vecna is there's more campaign story potential.
Okay, but planting the Jagged Silver, the last Tarrasque Tooth, summons a Tarrasque for 1d4 rounds.
Only for 1d4?
Yeah. It doesn't obey your commands.
That's lame. I
Yeah.
think it shouldn't obey your commands, and it should just be, there's one of them now.
The one right after that summons an Ancient Red Dragon.
If you start your turn with at least 1 hit point, you regain 1d10 hit points.
One of them summons 10 goblins and 1 goblin boss.
You're immune to disease and poison.
One of these gives you immunity to fire damage.
You can touch a guy, and if he fails a DC 18 con save, his bones turn to jelly.
Gain immunity to lightning. Like, a lot of these are just really good.
Yeah.
Like, I think if I ever get this, I'm just straight up
See, I
putting them
I
all
really
in.
like that magic item a lot. I think it's fun, it's random. I love random, but I just feel like there's so much more with the Hand and Eye of Vecna. There's more storytelling potential. I feel like unless you have
Whoa! You're telling me that this doesn't have storytelling potential, where people are like, "Why are your teeth so fucked up?"
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay,
But I'm saying this could set you on a mission to either kill Vecna or bring him back, or it could just be something that's there throughout your campaign of his influence.
This could set you on a mission to kill dragons you lost control of. Granted, I don't think you lose control of them, but it would be cool.
Not only that, but unless you have all 20 teeth, I think this is probably more powerful. Maybe not all 20, but this is... Unless you have a significant amount of the teeth, this is more powerful.
Give me even half the teeth. I'm bodying the Hand and Eye of Vecna. Absolutely bodying. There's no shot. I will fight you for this right now.
Your strength becomes 20 if you have the hand.
Okay, and? Just cast slow.
You have slow in the hand, yeah.
No way, you actually have slow?
Yeah, it costs
Okay,
2.
never mind, fuck it.
Yeah, it costs 2 charges, you get 8.
Okay, yep, nope, I'm dead. Forget I said anything.
Yeah, no, did you not hear the list? Clairvoyance, Crown of Madness, Disintegrate, Dominate Monster.
Crown of Madness is legitimately one of my favorite spells.
It's really cool.
It's very interesting.
Eye Bite, Finger of Death, Sleep, Slow, Teleport, and Suggestion, which means slow, do a bunch of damage, Finger of Death, and now the person is your slave.
You can see it.
But
when
not
it's
slave,
done.
True.
but like zombie.
Just look away.
Kaylin is doing something, and I'm very suspicious of it.
Don't worry, I'm gonna show you when I'm done.
That doesn't help. Okay. Random magic item section, I suggest.
Sure, why not? 5 minutes?
I like the one where you
Sure.
replace one of your eyes with this eye solely because I just like it to make my eyes different colors.
Oh, yeah, the, little homebrew juice I made.
No, it's an actual magic item.
Oh.
Nerd.
Okay, random word generator.
So this segment is, Cody uses a random word generator, and we make a magic item based off of it.
I love
And
that.
We actually made quite a few of these just on our own, didn't
6 pages.
we?
What do you mean quite a few? That was so many.
Okay. So do you want me to generate a new word or use the one that it had on site?
Just do new.
Okay. Knit.
Knit. So I'm thinking magical spikes, and you can use them. They're so durable that you can use them. As it's a thing in like a Dungeoneer's kit to hold up a rope.
Yep.
Yeah, you can use them as those because they're super durable. They're almost as strong as an immovable rod, as in they can almost hold that much weight, but they can't
I see.
do as much because that's the whole gimmick of the immovable rod.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you can knit with them, and anything you knit is +1. So you make a +1 shirt.
Wait, do you have any idea how broken that is?
Okay, but the whole point of this is to make a magic item on the spot, and that's what I got.
That's true. Okay, first off, if you give it you can have up to this many +1 at a time. That makes it easier, and it's much better.
No, it would just make it like a very rare magic item.
Oh, it's a legendary
It's
magic item.
legendary knitting needles.
What did you get from the dungeon? I got legendary knitting needles. Okay. Knits like socks to give all the skeletons in their undead army +1.
Okay, but
AC.
it needs to take more than a day to make something. To
Okay.
knit something.
That's still spend 1 year, 365 pairs, man.
I know, but who does downtime in their campaigns?
It's smart people.
Yeah, that's true.
And Austin. Austin does them too.
Do I?
Sometimes. Okay, next word.
Hmm.
Also, you are one of the smart people. That's not how I meant it to come
It sounded
across.
like I'm not.
You are one of the smart people. I promise.
Sure.
Sometimes.
Just wait until the prismatic ray worm appears and eats you whole.
You have to stop threatening us with the prismatic.
It was but it's challenge rating 54.
Jesus Christ. Oh, we would die.
It's like maybe 54, maybe 56.
Dude, that's better than literally Tiamat herself.
Yeah, it's because it's from like 3.5 or something.
Oh, okay, that's fair. Reservoir.
Reservoir. Okay, my first thought is decanter of endless water, but it has to be unique. So I'm thinking it's actually a well in a town that works like a decanter of endless water, but it's a well, so it can't be moved. Also, there's a dungeon in it, I guess. I don't know. It has the Zelda's Zelda Ocarina of Time water temple at the bottom, and it's also endless water. There you go.
This is the best magic item we've ever made.
You can add on to it too, right?
I can't think of anything.
It's actually like a bag of holding, but only liquids can go in.
That's good too.
It's a sack of holding.
It's a water skin of holding.
Exactly. Okay.
We do one more and then we're doing the artifact.
Amazing. Assembly.
Cody doesn't like what he just looked at.
Assembly? Okay,
He
so
says I don't like it.
I think
board?
I'm done making
No.
them.
Scratch that. We're not doing an assembly
Let's
line.
go through my gallery of collections.
Assembly. It's
Bunch of hot redheads. Look, there's crows. And she's holding like a weapon down here. Look at her. She's pretty. Art crow.
Austin actually cannot see what you're talking
Crow.
about.
you
at
literally
all.
I'm talking
can't,
to
yeah.
Cody.
Oh. Get fucked, I guess.
I'm like,
I'll just keep. I don't care. Why?
Because I like fucking with you.
I think this one's my favorite.
I'm gonna have to cut this section and lower the audio so it's not loud. You know that, right? You know what you just did? That's gonna take like 10 seconds.
That actually just like peaked the mic right there.
Good
Yeah,
vibes,
no,
three
do you guys
redheads.
remember when in the last week when Sarah was like, it's not gonna work, and then rolled and got like an 18 on the die, and you guys
Yeah.
all screamed? I turned it down to like, so normally it's at a 0 decibel difference from
Yes.
audio. I turned it down 10 decibels and it still was so bad.
Oh my god. Yeah, okay, I'm sorry.
So it's fine.
And we're back. Sorry about that. Okay, assembly.
So my first thought is Ford, but I don't want to make an assembly line because while I could do that, it's too big. I don't care. I'm thinking something for artificers. I'm
Yeah.
thinking maybe something to make Warforged, or that's part of the properties.
Ooh.
Is you can make Warforged
I was
with
thinking like a magic wrench.
Magic Wrench. You can make Warforged with it. That's how magical it is. What else? It plus 1 to spell attack rolls.
I would say like automaton.
Make automatons. Yeah.
Plus 1 to spells targeting the automaton. Or no. I think when you cast a healing spell targeting an automaton, you get a very significant bonus.
And then you can do mending to heal it. Also, the automaton takes like, I don't know, 20 days to make, something like that.
I like that. Yeah.
Because like the books that make like clay golems take a stupid amount of time. Oh
It's
my
crazy.
god. 20's fine.
But also rocking with that many golems.
I don't know why this one's not working.
Also a stupid amount of gold to make.
True. That's the part that really gets me. Okay. This one is going to be the artifact.
Oh god, I'm scared.
It's testing us. For real.
Fuck. Okay, competence.
Competence.
Artifact level. My first thought was diaper, but no.
It's a stone brain.
What?
It's a stone brain.
Stone brain?
Yes, that when you press to your forehead starts to meld into your head.
I'm thinking a little more extreme than that. You have to replace your brain with it.
Ooh. Test the competence of the surgeon.
Yeah.
Okay,
Seriously.
I like that. And I think if it, like, I think you have to die. And then I think you have to, like, come back. Like, once the brain is in your head.
I think it works as a phylactery, almost.
Ooh.
But like a worse one.
What if we had it to where, like,
I think it's like a worse phylactery. It's not as good as a normal phylactery.
I think it gives you the keen mind feat. Like, just
Obviously,
straight up.
keen mind
Yeah.
feat.
Stone brain.
Gives you the keen mind feat, obviously.
Yeah, I think that's a no-brainer, right?
Yeah, no brainer.
Obviously gonna have some detrimental properties.
Oh yeah, it's I think
Ooh, dulls your emotions.
dulls your. I like that. It lets you mill people.
Gotta get that magic joke. Oh yeah.
I think what does mill represent? Right, is it knowledge law? Is like insanity.
Okay.
That's what mill represents in Magic, right?
Mill versus discard is very
I
interesting.
watched
situation.
the full 3.5 hour Spice 8 rack video on it, and it was a really good video, but I'm struggling.
Okay, well, duress is like causing pain and creating insanity.
But mill is like forgetfulness and insanity. They're both insanity, I think, in different forms.
Mill is memory.
Mill is memory loss and stuff like that.
And I think discard is probably more focused on like current insanity, like rather than like total.
So I'm thinking either it makes you slowly become insane, or you can do that to an opponent, or both.
I'm sorry. Okay, run that by again.
So it makes you slowly insane by like diluting your memories or something, or you can make your opponents slowly insane, or both. Something like that. I'm thinking it definitely has some spells like Crown of Madness and Dominate Monster in it.
I think it focuses on like debuffing or controlling enemies.
Yeah, so like Crown of Madness, Charm Person, Dominate Monster, things like that.
What's that one effect that like brings someone's intelligence down to 1?
Feeble Mind.
We need to give it that.
Yeah, it's Feeble Mind.
And I think when you cast Feeble Mind, you buff your intelligence.
When you put it in, you have to make a either a con or a wisdom save, or you get feeble-minded for like 1d100 days.
I like that. Okay.
1d100 might be too much, but
yeah, I am maybe not. It's
Maybe
an
not.
artifact.
Yeah.
Okay. Hear me out. I think you should also have access to Feeble Mind.
Yep.
And you should have abundant access to it.
Obviously has charges for the spells.
Yeah. I think it needs to like Feeble Mind needs to be like cheap, like for you to be able to do it.
Really?
Like
Feeble Mind's a high spell. Like 7th level.
like cheaper than it normally would be.
Okay.
And I think every time you cast Feeble Mind, it buffs your intelligence for a duration.
I'm thinking Stone Mind buffs your intelligence, lowers your either wisdom or charisma.
Charisma definitely.
Charisma, yeah.
I think like you should be able to cast Feeble Mind on a creature, and then if it succeeds, your intelligence is boosted by +1. You can go beyond 20. For like 10 days.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's like you're actively draining their competence.
I think it already makes your intelligence above a 20, just by having it.
Okay, what are we thinking? Because
After the Feeble Mind effect wears off.
I think, okay, hear me out, because we're giving it other effects, and there's legendary magic items that
make your strength 30.
Yeah. So
actually, no, you have to have a full combo of 3 that take up all your attune slots. Yeah.
Okay, so
Unless you do the manual,
Belt of Giant Strength, man.
gets you to 28.
29.
29. It's not 30 though.
Yeah, but it's as high as you can get with a 1 magic item adjustment.
No, you can get the book and just live a long time.
That's true.
That's my solution to everything. Well, there's a book that works.
Yeah, okay. I like what we've done. I'm not sure, like, okay, spellcasting focus needs to be counted as that.
Obviously a spell casting focus.
I am struggling to think of anything else noteworthy. Advantage on int saves, obviously.
Yeah.
We say obviously, we're just pulling this out of our asses.
What's the point of it? I'm thinking it was created... Nope, not going to start with creation. I'm going to start with destruction, because, man, do I not know where to start with that. I think there's a specific type of, like, giant's hammer, like a specific giant who has a hammer. That could also probably be an artifact, honestly, because the Sword of Cass is what made the Iron Hand of Vecna, and they're all of those are artifacts. And so this giant's hammer, you have to find it. It's probably at the bottom of the ocean or something, and you have to use it to crush the stone mine, and that's how it's destroyed.
I like it.
Okay.
I think the giant's hammer on its own should be able to, like, is specifically good against wizards.
Yeah.
I think that
gives you, like,
interesting.
Mage Slayer or something.
Yeah.
The brain might give you Warcaster, maybe.
I don't know how I feel about that, because it's kind of like trying to pull you into entirely int base as opposed
That's
to
true.
maybe having any idea. And also, you already have the brain as your casting focus,
True,
so you
true.
don't need your hands. Yeah, I like that. I like it.
Creation.
Creation, Mad Wizard. It's kind of my go-to.
I'm thinking there was something happened between a country and there was a war with giants, and that's why the hammers can destroy it.
I like it. Okay, interesting.
And so maybe it's 2 rival giant factions, or
What if we change the hammer to a chisel,
to a chisel?
and we make it the thing that made it?
That's more poetic. I just really like the visual of smashing it. We could do that.
Well, we could have a hammer and chisel as a weapon, or like
The handle is the chisel, and
I think that would be
so
interesting.
that'd be interesting. So the only thing that can destroy it is what created it.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. I think, I don't know. How do you feel about 2 warring giant factions?
I like it. I mean, giants are like stereotypically not as intelligent, right?
Yeah.
Which
Well, it
is
depends on the type of giant.
hill giants.
I'm thinking what happened in Storm King's Thunder happened, where the ordening went into disarray, and so instead of it being size-based, the giants just kind of fought for supremacy.
Interesting.
And a group of stone giants, and this isn't typically how stone giants work, at least not in the current edition, but a group of stone giants was like, this is our time. They made the brain, and they went and fought a bunch of like storm giants. And if we were to stick with the hammer, I would say one of the leaders, storm giant, had a big hammer, or we could do the chisel thing, and that would make a lot of sense for stone giants because they're artistic.
I like it.
And then
Diversity autistic.
they're probably a bit of that too. And then one of them was like a really good spellcaster and made this brain as like a I keep saying I use Silex as a reference because I've gotten into Magic recently, but like, you know, as a war winner.
I got into Magic not so recently, and I get what he's saying.
Yeah.
I hope you do too.
Any other features to give it? How many beneficial and detrimental properties?
I'm thinking more detrimental than beneficial.
More
I think
detrimental?
2 minor detrimental, 1 major detrimental, 1 major beneficial.
Only one major beneficial? No, that's it.
Yep.
Okay, interesting. I think we'd have to buff it a little more to keep up with it. Maybe some better...
Plus 3 spellcasting focus, and I think we're there.
Yeah. Plus, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. We made an artifact in like 10 minutes.
Sweet. We're that good. Now, it's probably insanely broken and not as good as a lot of other ones.
And now we have to actually like think it out and stat it.
Gross.
Though we don't have an obligation to do that until I make a Patreon.
Exactly. Haha. Victory. Okay. You wanna talk about how dark vision is stupid in current edition because everyone has it?
Interesting.
Oh. I was so confused. It just kept going. That's my neighbor has a not a bandsaw. It has like not a buzzsaw.
Jigsaw.
Either. Jigsaw, that's what they're called. It has a jigsaw and is cutting apart part of a metal roof thing. Or gutters, one of the two.
You can totally separate that audio and just cut it out, right?
I mean, I can.
You're not going to, though.
No.
That's fair. Okay.
Maybe a bit of it, but I think it's funny.
That's true.
To just a pause of that noise and then us being like, what the fuck was
Us
that?
staring at each other, like.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you feel about dark vision?
I think less racers should have it.
I agree.
But I think Tabaxi should have it.
It's just
'cause they don't.
overused. It's like.
It's overused.
Okay, here's my take. I love dark vision because it's convenient. I hate dark vision because it's convenient.
Yeah.
Okay, because the convenient makes it to where it's like, if you have a race with dark vision, you just never think about it. But like, you know...
And it gets to a point where, like, me as a DM, I assume everyone has dark vision.
Yeah, I don't actually currently. Because I'm playing a Warforged, but if I'm being honest, there hasn't really been a situation where it was like, I thought I needed it.
Yeah. I mean, last campaign there were some. I don't think there will be any this campaign. There might be some in the campaign recording, and there will be some in that series where we play through every module
That'll be...
that Wizards has created.
That's going to be wild. I'm very excited,
It's
though.
going to be interesting. I've read a fifth of Lost Mine of Phandelver, and I've mapped out more than that, so...
Can I power go?
Probably.
Yes! Haha. I
It's
just peeked the mic. I am so sorry.
No, you're
It's
not.
fine. It's more brutal than I thought it was. That's probably because it was the first one.
I think that's what we're finding with Ice Plume Mountain, though, too, right? Like,
Yeah, it was also more. It's more. Ice Plume Mountain's more recent than I thought it was.
yeah,
No. The Ghost of Saltmarsh was made in like 2019.
that doesn't feel right.
It doesn't. It was made in like 2019.
That
It's
feels like a
crazy.
staple book,
Yeah.
at least to me. I mean,
I think it feels like a staple book because it feels like everyone's played through it and everyone's talked about it. And I think it's because they did a really good job hyping it up, and so a lot of people have played through it. But they hyped it up by advertising it the wrong way.
How'd they
So
advertise it?
It's not viewed well. They advertised it as this cool seafaring adventure,
Oh,
but it's not that. It's an anthology, none of which uses the ship mechanics, as far as I'm aware.
no shot.
One of them is on an island that you can sail to, but it's in a lake.
Oh my god. The ship mechanics alone are a problem. I don't really want to get into that right now, though.
Yeah. I do want this Kit Kat, though.
You know what? That's fair. Kit Kats be popping. And you have just hurt yourself. Now you need the Kit Kat.
I would never do that.
Okay. Yeah. How are we feeling? What else do we want to talk about?
Kind of want to talk about the new series. I'm excited for it.
Which one?
The 25 campaigns.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm pretty excited for it. Anybody just joining, listening, might be interested.
Why would they just join listening 56 minutes into a video? Why wouldn't they? This is not a live stream.
No, like if this is the
This
first
video,
podcast they
Austin.
listen to.
Oh.
Fuck,
Dumbass.
bro.
I am an avid power builder at this point in time. I didn't used to be. And then I got lonely and bored and I decided to make cool shit.
Oh, so like 3 years ago you became.
Yeah.
You've been a power builder for a while.
I've been a power builder for a very long time, considering the fact that
And now he
I'm
has
pretty
people
young.
who can annoy the fuck out of it.
Yeah, I have, I guess I would say a pretty good understanding of core mechanics, and like,
Can't relate. I couldn't power build if I wanted to, unless I hear about a power build. That's why I'm scared of multi-classing. I just stick with one class because I know it won't go well.
what happened to me is I got like really into like making characters when I was just like bored in my free time because the pandemic hit and I just had an abundance of it. And so what happened was I ended up kind of like just watching a bunch of people play and seeing a lot of things, and I started like understanding what made a certain ability good, what made it bad, like what kind of limitations were harsher than others. Like for example, if something says once per turn, that's a hard cap, and usually if you're power building, you like stay away from those unless it's really good. Like it's why Divine Smite is such a good ability because it doesn't say that. Now it does in 1 D&D, which is kind of what angers me, but you know, it's those
They
things.
should just let you spellcast and smite.
Honestly, yeah, I would be fine
I
with
feel like
that.
that would fix a big issue.
I would honestly rather them give me just a bigger smite, and only have me attack once a turn, and then I cast a spell.
Well, I mean that's a big thing about spellcasting and smiting because you can do double smite.
I mean, you can,
You
but
can because you can bonus action like branding smite and then do it and then use your branding smite and your normal smite.
yeah, but here's the thing. As far as I know, the paladin still gets 2 attacks a turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which I guess is good for consistency, but if you hit the first one, the second attack literally feels like you did nothing. Right? I mean, it feels kind of pointless. And I mean, yeah. Like, when you could smite multiple times a turn, like, it felt like every attack you did something important, but it just doesn't feel like that anymore. But I am excited, because I don't get to power build very often, because people don't like it when you do that. And so, this most recent one I did, I checked my build with you, right, man?
Yeah.
And you were like, yeah, that's probably okay. He's doing all right. He's not broken.
I'm pretty chill with whatever you make as long as it's not doing like 150 damage a turn at
Look,
level 3.
That was one time. And also, I don't know that I can do that at level 3.
No, sorry, level 5. So anyways, the campaigns in order currently are Lost Mine of Phandelver, then the Tyranny of Dragon series.
Oh, God.
Which is...
I've heard it's so bad.
Yeah, these first 4 ones are going to be rough. Lost Mine of Phandelver, Tyranny of Dragon series, which is the Horde of the Dragon Queen and the Rise of Tiamat.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got the Princes of the Apocalypse.
I've heard that one isn't as bad.
That one's decent, I've heard.
Yeah.
Out of the Abyss, which I've heard starts off strong and then drops. Then we have Curse of Strahd.
Yeah,
So
everybody
hype.
loves
That's
Curse of Strahd, yeah.
After that is Storm King's Thunder. I haven't heard good things about that.
Storm King's Thunder Thighs. Just look at the cover of the book and you'll understand what I'm talking about.
Then we got an anthology, Tales from the Yawning Portal.
Interesting.
Then we have Tomb of Annihilation, which is hype.
Is it hype?
Oh, it's hype. I've played through half of it. It's awesome. Then we have the Waterdeep series, which is Waterdeep Dragon Heist and Dungeon of the Mad Mage.
What? Oh, God.
Because they go back to back.
Are we going to have to play through that one dungeon again?
No, that's in Tales from the Yawning Portal.
And we're not counting that?
Yeah, we are.
We are? And we're going to have to play through...
Elijah will be there this time.
Oh, he's going to be miserable, bro. Oh, I feel so
No,
bad.
he'll be cracking off jokes, and then he'll
God, I hope
and
so.
then at hour 4 he'll get depressed and stop talking.
Oh,
Who wouldn't?
true. I got super depressed in that dungeon, bro. It was so sad.
It's bad. Then we got Stranger Things: Hunt for the Thessal Hydra.
Oh, we're going there. Okay.
It's levels 3 to 4, so it's short.
Are we doing Lost Laboratory of Qualish and the Rick and Morty dungeon as well?
Lost Laboratory of Qualish is an online exclusive, so we could go back and do those, but I do not have... My whole idea was this. We play them in release order, and at the end of each one, we do a wrap-up where I'm like, oh, what do your characters do after this adventure? Also, rate the campaign on a scale from 1 to 10.
Oh yeah,
And then at the very end of the series, once we've done them all, we do like a tier list.
that's fair. I'm excited for Strahd.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them.
Then is Ghosts of Saltmarsh. Ghosts of Saltmarsh came out after Yawning Portal,
That does
which
it.
feels wrong. I feel like
Ghost of Saltmarsh kind of had like the feel of like,
an older one.
yeah, I don't know why. It
Which
just
is-
kind of feels that way to me.
Which is interesting because Ghosts of Saltmarsh and Tales from the Yawning Portal are both updated old adventures. But they both do the same thing. They're both anthologies.
Interesting. They released those close to each other.
Not really, because they had Tomb of Annihilation, both Waterdeep books, and Stranger Things.
Interesting. Okay.
Then is Dragon of Icespire Peak, which I think will be pretty chill. This one's definitely no power building on. It's really tame.
Ice Fire Peak.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's really tame. I've DM'd almost all of it.
Almost all of it.
Almost all of it.
DM's worst nightmare.
Didn't quite make it. It wasn't a TPK or anything. It's a pretty tame adventure, except for like probably the boss fight. You know, dragons are always rough.
Well.
Breath weapons. You get to level 5, and then it uses a breath weapon. It does like 26 damage to the
Okay.
entire party.
Austin, hear me out. Hear me out. Just play a Dragonborn.
Just play a white dragonborn.
Yup, a resistance to cold, brother.
Baldur's Gate Descend to Avernus, which hype.
That is hype. The first part,
That's
not
hype.
so hype. Second part,
Levels
very
1
hype.
through 3. The rest of it,
Yeah.
you have to just become Mad Max / Doom guy.
For real, let's go. Bitter Breath is my favorite aesthetic in that entire thing. He looks so cool, man.
I don't know who that is.
Look him up. He's dope.
Lost Dungeon of Rickiness, Big Rick Energy.
So we are doing that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Then it's Icewind Dale, Rime of the Frostmaid, which is hype.
I'm sorry. Those came out next to each other?
Yep.
No shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do want to say this is really funny. It is so obvious when WotC got bought by Hasbro because it goes through goes like Storm King's Thunder, Tales of the Yawning Portal, like 1 year, maybe every other year they release an adventure, and then it gets to like Waterdeep or something, and then it's like 4 adventures in a year, and it's like, hold up,
True.
you were releasing like an adventure like every other year. That's crazy.
I kind of liked it that way, though, you know? Now it feels like I just can't keep up.
Yeah, I really can't keep up. I think it's happening with Magic and it's happening with D&D where they're doing too much. You can't keep up.
Yeah, they're like teasing it too early, too.
Yeah.
So depressing.
Where was I? Icewind Dale. Which that's hype. I've heard such good things about. I think I might bring Isaac in to DM. Oh, but he doesn't like to do things raw, and I really want to do these raw just to give the natural experience, so we can actually see how we feel about the actual adventure.
That's fair. I understand not liking to do things raw.
I don't like to do things raw either, but with a module, especially with this series specifically, I want it to do it pretty raw. There will be a few things here and there where I'll be like throwing your backstory.
As someone who uses the rules to break the game itself, I quite like raw.
Yeah, I love raw too. It feels so much better.
What?
What?
Hey, but
I'm very funny. I'm not funny. I'm very sad.
Yeah, Icewind Dale's gonna be dope.
I'm very excited for
Then
that.
is Candlekeep Mysteries, which you're gonna have fun with.
Yeah, I hate mysteries.
It's gonna be like 9 or 11 mysteries back to back.
I'm so excited for that.
I like low int characters.
Alright, Cody, I put the picture of you in your steampunk outfit from Halloween into it. There's a bunch of different art styles. It was giving you some majestic ass hair.
It's because I do have majestic ass hair.
I'm gonna burn it off.
What is on your face in this one? What is that? Is there metal in your hair?
I don't know. I look dope as fuck though. It gave me a beard every goddamn time.
It did. It gave you a beard. Not this one.
Baby face. All I've learned from that AI art is that I would look dope as fuck with a beard. Too
Yeah.
bad I can't grow one.
You would look really good with them.
After that is Wild Beyond the Witchlight, which I'm hyped for. I love the Fae. What I think would be really funny. What I think would be really funny is a big known fact about. Spoilers. We're getting there.
No. I need to ask you. Is the Fae one right after the mysteries?
Yeah.
I'm dead.
What I think is really funny is that a big selling point about it is you don't have to fight. You can fight,
You're going from mysteries to you don't have to fight?
but
Are you shitting me?
yeah.
This was made to be the anti-me.
but I think it's really
Wait,
funny.
is this the mystery one?
No, this is the Fae one.
You remember my experience with Faze, Kaylin, correct? You were involved. Pretty directly.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But
You made your own decisions.
So did you.
I didn't have informed decisions. You did.
So
Sure.
Wild Beyond the Witchlight, a big selling point about it was that you don't have to fight at all. You can get through by talking everything out, which I think is really interesting. I have a feeling that since Cody's playing in them, there will be combat.
I think in those two, the best thing to do is probably gonna play the big stupid idiot who just kind of does what people tells him. Wow, that was English, kind of.
You're playing your character right now.
I've been playing my character my entire life.
No, Cody, it was not my fault. Nobody told me that I would die if I drank the alcohol.
We've argued about this too many times.
No, it's not an argument. It's a fact. Nobody told me I would die if I drank the alcohol. I didn't know what it is.
I implied it around the table.
I did not know. I didn't get the implications.
It's okay. Austin can edit it to make it sound like he's right.
I wouldn't do that.
He takes the yeah from earlier.
Austin cuts like different parts of it, where it's like, yeah, he's right.
No, yeah, I cut different parts. Like I was wrong.
Oh my god.
After this Critical Role Call of the Netherdeep, which I've heard mixed feelings about. I think the rifle system is cool, but I don't know about the rest of it. I really don't know like anything about that campaign.
I haven't either. Critical Role did really good work with Wildmount, right?
Wildmount, yeah.
I don't know if that was official. Was it official?
It's official.
It is?
Yeah.
Either way, people would consider it because Matt Mercer wrote it.
There's also Chronergy in it, which is cool.
Dude, I would love
Matt
that to be
Mercer
like...
and Mom.
I want that to
It's
be
official.
a wizard subclass.
It's official.
But it's not a wizard subclass.
Yeah, it is.
What?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I need to go spend money. The most powerful magic of all is chronomancy.
Chronomancy. You idiot. Are you saying that when families in Iraq are iced by the American soldiers because they want oil, it's because they didn't love each other enough? No. No. Love is not the most powerful magic. This isn't a fairy tale.
The impersonation was too good. We're gonna need to cut that out because of copyrights.
No, because I have a character that is that guy. Henry Gizgak.
I love that guy.
Me too.
Honestly. He doesn't feel like a DM PC, which a lot of people would say is what he is.
He is, but I keep him in his corner.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I do well at keeping him distant, which is what makes him feel like not a DM
When
PC.
he appears, it always feels like a cool experience because he doesn't feel like a PC as much as he does as like
An NPC?
he feels like plot. Just like he feels like an interesting event. Because whenever Gizgak shows up, you know cool shit is about to happen. Like first time we saw him, what happened the first time we saw him actually?
First time you saw Henry Gizgak was when he like got possessed and then spoke abyssal at Kaylin's character.
Yeah.
And it was a riddle where you guys had to find out how to get to him, and then he was like, "Okay, see ya," and jumped out a window, out of like a fourth story building.
Yeah, I would say like the fight at the end kind of felt a little weird, like where Gizgak was bodying dragons while we were fighting Orcus. But like then again, we were fighting Orcus. It was cool background.
It's because Orcus had an army, someone had to take care of it. He wasn't the only one there, and I just wanted cool cinematics happening in the background.
Yeah, it was good. It just,
Yeah.
I think overall that was a very good end because people were very excited.
Yeah.
I think it was weird, like the actual combat felt kind of weird because of all the rope tricks and stuff going on.
Playing with Colton at high level is an experience.
He got very creative.
Because he just demi-planes, or he just plane shifts to a demi-plane, and then long rest, and then goes back, and he's like, all right, we can do whatever we want now. After Critical Role...
I'm holding the button on the mic. I'm kind of on a power trip right now.
After Critical Role, just Journeys Through the Radiant Citadel, which I think will be interesting. I think that some of the adventures will be pretty fun, and some of them will be mid. And I think that it's was Wizards.
I can play a paladin that wanted to make buku amounts of sense. I'm very excited now. I love paladins.
I think it was Wizards, or probably Hasbro, trying to get diversity, which they did. I like that they hired a bunch of diverse actors.
Oh, is that what?
Not actors, writers. Yeah, they were just like, hey, we don't know how to write adventures anymore. And
I think they should just outsource most of their adventures, whether it be for diversity or whether it not be. Either way, it's usually better when they do that.
Yeah.
Okay, like, hear me out. I think they should get, like, this may feel kind of weird. I think they should try and do a partnership with, like, some of the better known, like
Kobold Press?
No, like DMs from, like, different, like, YouTube
So, like, what they did with
stuff.
Matt Mercer, but with more people.
Yeah, like, Brennan Lee Mulligan. Can you imagine that? That would be sick.
That would be awesome.
Every time
Everyone
says
would
that,
run
I
that.
think of Hercules Mulligan.
Definitely the right person. So I think some of the adventures and journeys through the Radiant Citadel will be fun. I think some of them will be pretty mid. I think the entire time the landscape is going to be awesome. I think that the place they take place will consistently be awesome to go through because it's very different than normal fantasy and from where we live in the first world country.
I heard like nothing about Radiant Citadel.
I only knew a bit about it because I was trying to keep up with the new D&D books at the time. Yeah. And then I stopped.
That was a good decision. That was a very good decision.
After those Dragons of Stormwreck Isle, it's levels 1 to 3.
No, wait, really?
Yeah.
What?
It's the new starter set. So it'll be interesting because we will play 3 starter sets in this series. And we'll get to see which one's the best starter set.
I actually
heard... the answer is Dragon of Icespire Peak.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. I haven't heard anything about Dragon. I've heard very little about it. I've heard it's good for a starter thing, but I think Dragon of Icespire Peak will probably have it beat.
I'm back. I'm alive again.
Whoa.
Oh, no. I regret nothing.
I don't want to hurt you. I'm not going to hit you harder. I don't want to hurt you.
Have you heard anything about Dragons of Stormwreck Isle?
Yeah, your mom.
I heard the character sheets are dope.
Yeah, the character sheets are cool. After that is Light of Xerxes, which I think will be cool.
I heard nothing of it.
I think it'll be fun. It's the Spelljammer one. I haven't heard anything about the actual campaign, even though I own it and I just haven't read through it yet. I read everything else for Spelljammer. And then I burnt myself out of it. Especially since I realized we're not going to play Spelljammer anytime soon.
Yes. I would be down to play Spelljammer, though. But we gotta do this.
So warm.
I think it'll be fun when we get there. I'll read through the campaign and decide if I want to go from the Spelljammer Academy into it or not. Because we could do that. Because this is levels 4 through 8, and the Spelljammer Academy is levels 1 through 4.
I would run that. I would.
So we could go through all of that, or I could be like,
Honestly, do whatever you want. Yeah. You're the DM.
I'll see. I'll read the campaign first, and then I'll
decide. Regret being a DM?
I have a lot of fun as the DM.
I think he regrets not ever getting to be a player, but I don't think he regrets being a DM.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm fine.
That sounded like the stereotypical like sad DM. It's fine.
I just feel like I just have to prep too much. That's all it is.
Yeah, you always seem to be planning, which I admire and feel bad for you for. You know, like it's kind of simultaneously like, oh damn, he's putting. I'm
prepping
a lot of work
3
in,
campaigns
like,
right now.
Oh damn, he's putting a lot of work in.
I'm prepping.
No, he stays up late, like prepping.
No, that's the ADHD. That's the ADHD though. I'm prepping 3 campaigns right now.
Okay, this is gonna sound weird as hell. I wish ADHD had like a cool acronym that I could be like, you know. So like, I don't know. ADHD feels really like long to say a lot of the time, you know. Yeah,
it's like autistic just runs off the tongue better. You know,
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We just start saying da, like it backwards. DHDA.
That sounds like an Eldritch word. Da. It sounds like Kuatoa speak. Da.
I kind of agree with you. I feel like autistic sounds better than ADHD. It's also less syllables.
Yeah.
Which I like.
I think, yeah. Yeah, I'm a lazy man. I need easy things to say. It's a core character flaw.
After that is Dragonlance, Shadow of the Dragon Queen.
Wow, that changed up quick. Wait, isn't that just the same as Dragon Queen?
No, because this one is in a war-torn country.
Whoa. Okay, please tell me it's not just like the earlier modules in a different setting.
It's battle dragons. I think no. Dragonlance. I think Shadow of the Dragon Queen is probably a different adventure than they've ever printed, but Dragonlance. They used to own Dragonlance, I think, and it was based off of a book series, and they got the copyright of it.
I thought they
or
just
something.
had rights to like use it.
Oh yeah, I think it was a partnership thing where they had rights to use it, and then they lost those rights to use it, and they really wanted to use them anyways.
Dragonlance is the gritty, like area. When you don't want to use Chult because you don't want your players to die.
Yeah.
Chult really do be like
And
that.
then recently they had gotten rights to use it for this campaign again, which it seems cool.
Dragonlance, we just got fizz bans, and
It does feel weird. After that is Keys from the Golden Vault, which is just heists.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm actually kind of down with heist.
Really? I thought you were gonna say like, oh, heist you, and then I would have been like, you just had war, you can handle one
Yeah.
campaign of heists.
Okay, so here's the thing with heist. Heist is more action-y than mystery.
That's true.
Like heist, I feel like I'm always doing something. Like I still have reason to be the muscle.
Yeah. It'll be really funny when we do Tales from the Haunting Portal, and you guys have played through 2 of the dungeons already, but Elijah hasn't.
We're gonna be like, trust us, go this way. Wait, what? Oh, right.
I will keep you guys from metagaming as much as I can, but at a certain point I'll probably just be like,
You know what's gonna be really upsetting? We're totally gonna get to the end of Ice Blue Mountain, and Black Racer isn't gonna be there because I know you too well. And you don't want to give me what I want.
Chuckled.
I swear to God, if it's there, I'm gonna be so happy. You have no clue.
You'll see. Keys
I
from the
love that
Golden Vault.
story.
I haven't heard anything about that. Yeah, it did come out
I'll
pretty
try
recently
and bribe
though.
him with certain favors to get him to give it to you.
I don't know how much of this I'm actually gonna cut out, but the joke whenever he makes that loud noise like a clap or a snap, it's because I said if you ever want me to edit something out, like clap and then say what you want edited out. But I know that most of the time he's doing this for me and not for him.
That is true. That is extremely accurate. I'm concerned for your safety.
After that is the Fandelver campaign, which I think could be interesting. It seems like they're gonna go. I think with the Fandelver campaign, they're leading up to the theory that I've heard from Bob Worldbuilder, where
The obelisks. Yeah,
the
okay.
obelisks connect to Vecna. Next year they're gonna do a Vecna campaign, and it's gonna reset the multiverse that leads into 1D&D.
Down for a Vecna campaign. Hate that they're abandoning 5e.
Yeah. Well, no, they're calling it like new or revamped 5th edition or something like that. And I'm forever gonna call it 5.5 because it's stupid otherwise.
Okay, like I've said this before. 1D&D feels bad.
Yeah.
A lot of things are simpler, and I'm down for that a lot of the time. Some of the time, it isn't necessary. Having strong classes is already okay.
I think we'll try it out, and we'll see how we feel about it. And if we like it more, then we'll do that. And if we don't, we'll stick with 5e.
I'd be willing to try it once.
Yeah.
I don't think I think I'll probably dislike it, and I'll like 5e way more.
I don't know if you'll dislike it, but I think you'll like 5e more.
5e is a system that I very adamantly understand.
Yeah.
And I think 1D&D has basically everything feels homogenous. There feels like there's not as much separation
Yeah.
in like things, and I don't know, like with the 20th level thing, like just boons you can pick, and it feels bad.
I have hope for the Fandelver campaign. It's supposed to be like levels 1 through past 10 is like 12 or 14
Oh, that seems uncommon
Or
in
something.
written adventures.
or maybe it's 1 through 7. It's either 1 through 7 or 1 through something past 10, and I'm not sure which one.
Either way, that's a lot of levels for one campaign. Or like a written one.
Yeah, well, Dungeon of the Mad Mage is 5 through 20.
No shot. What?
It's a big dungeon.
I love how that was your response. It's a big dungeon. Not like it's a difficult dungeon.
No,
it's a large
It's
dungeon.
very large. There's a town in there, dude.
Okay, well, now I'm excited because I need to know what that meant.
I haven't read it, but I know a few things about it. It's a big dungeon. There's a town in there.
That sounded like vaguely sinister. I haven't read it, but I know a few things.
Yeah. And then the final one that's been announced is Planescape. This list will be longer by the time we get to the end of it.
You know what settings I really like? I like Ravnica.
Ravnica's interesting.
What's Ravnica?
It's like
It's a magic crossover. It's like an advanced magical city with a bunch of different factions, and like an example of like how it's magically advanced is there's this group. I think they're the Is It group.
Is it?
And they do like a bunch of electricity stuff and powers.
Yeah.
And like weapons, like arc reactors, but not
Tony
Iron Man.
Stark magic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm kind of excited for Planescape. I don't know much about it, and I don't think I'll be buying it anytime soon till we get to the actual thing. But I really like hopping around the plains and having an adventure where you hop around the plains, and I'm really hoping...
do too.
I'm hoping they lean heavily into the plane hopping.
I think it'll feel very like adventure-y as
That'd be
opposed to
fun.
like
I think
fantasy.
I think if they lean heavily into the plane hopping, it could be a lot of fun. I think that's what I did last campaign, where I was like, oh yeah, you guys just... Because, the Feywild and Shadowfell are easy to get into from the material plane. Like, the way you guys got in are, like, actual descriptions in the book.
I like the Shadowfell more than I like the Feywild, but that's just because I hate the Fey.
Yeah, you hate the Fey.
With a burning passion.
And so I'm really hoping they explore... Specifically, I would really like if they explore more of the outer planes, which I think could be really cool. I don't know if they will, though, because they have an entire campaign set in the Fae and an entire campaign set
That's true.
in one layer of the Nine Hells. So I think that they try to do the different planes they try to set an entire campaign in, and so I don't know how much they're going to explore with Planescape other than maybe some brief stuff.
Okay. I have an idea to lead us off. Favorite character concept.
Favorite character concept? Do you have anything more to say about Planescape first?
Planescape, I feel pretty excited for. I do hope they lean heavily into it.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things where I would love to go to multiple planes, but
if they do it right.
Yeah, if they do it wrong, it's going to feel like you never actually are anywhere and it's always mission.
Yeah, it's either... I think if they do it wrong, it could be almost entirely set in one place, and then it's fetch quests. I think that they very well could do fetch quests to other planes,
fetch quests.
which would be pretty boring.
At least it's not escort quests.
Yeah, and then or you spend little to no time in other planes, and it's like mostly in one place, or all the planes feel very samey, and so it's kind of just like you're on this mission, and you might be in a different plane, but it doesn't really matter to the story if you are. I think those are like the three ways they could do it wrong, and they very well could. But I hope it's good.
Yes. Okay. Character, go.
Favorite character?
Yeah.
What do you mean by this?
Like, give me a cool character concept you like. Just like something.
I don't know. I like.
Don't play it.
Change the title. Kaylin just showed me a meme that said, I forgot to change the title, and the title was Lab Report Tussie.
Yeah, but they got a 39 out of 45, which is kind of mid, but they didn't fail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like characters who have to sacrifice stuff to get stronger. I really like the Blood Hunter for that reason. I really like the magic items I make where you have to like give up life to do stuff for that reason. I think that I think becoming a monster to kill monsters is cool.
Yeah. Okay. I like the idea of
You know what's crazy that's not illegal? You can buy 6 gerbils from PetSmart and start grilling them in the parking lot.
Oh no. Oh god. When the druid forgot to unwild shape?
No.
I understand why druids have summon beast now.
It's
Ew.
For food.
Okay, I like the idea of a warforged that got like possessed by a dryad.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I just thought it was cool.
Yeah. Oh no, Ren and Realmbreaker are uprooting my house. It's flying through the sky.
Huh?